Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hi guys, can you hear me? Okay, so we are back guys again after almost 2-3 days, and I'm very excited for today's live stream because usually what we do in our live stream, we generally create text animation and maximum I did is logo animation. But today we are going to dive into a little bit complex motion graphics. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit unique for you as well as for me, and this live streams are going to be divided into 2, 3, or 4 parts maybe, as long as we can be creative. Okay, so this is going to be the first part. Basically we are not only going to create one animation, but we are going to create the entire video of motion graphics, and that video is gonna contain some different sections, out of which first section is going to be in today's live stream, and maybe tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow I'll try to continue that series. Okay, so yeah, I'm very excited for this. Okay, so I hope you guys also excited, and if you have any questions regarding After Effects or anything or motion graphics, you can ask me in the comment section. I'll try to give my best to answers all of them, and yeah, that's it. As well as uh, if you have anything related to anything else, you can ask me that as well. If I know anything about this, I'll let you know. If I don't know, then obviously I cannot tell you anything or like that. Also, before we start, I have already started my complex text animation series on Motion Pro membership. You can join my Motion Pro membership as well, which is just for 59 rupees. And as I always says, it will be a support for this channel, and it will motivate me to do all kind of live streams over here. Okay. Okay, so bot mode asked me when will you go live on Hindi channel. Basically, I haven't decided yet because there is so many time issues, because I'm not gonna get that much time to do live stream in Hindi, because right now my schedule is to do job, then to do freelancing, and then when I get some time I record tutorials and I try to do this live stream. So because of my current schedule, it would be a very hectic to do live stream in English as well as in Hindi. So because this is my primary channel, so I'm starting to do live stream in this one first, and as I get a response that I want to, then I'll probably start to do live stream in Hindi as well for my Hindi viewers as well. But yeah, it is in my notebook. I'll try my best to do it as soon as possible, but currently I'm focusing on this one because I'm busy with a lot of stuff. Okay, so yeah, so now let's try to do our animation. That's why we are here. Okay, so first thing first, without wasting any much more time, we will directly jump into After Effects and we will try to create one new composition. Okay, now let's call it as main animation as we always do, and we will make the width 1920, height 180, frame rate is 30. And as I said that this animation is going to be a little bit longer, so I'm going to take duration up to 1.37 or 30 second, maybe like that. And background color, I'm going to choose white color and hit OK and hit OK. Then go to choose grid and guide option and hit on title save action. And this is going to be my canvas. So let's save this file first. I'm going to save this file. I'll replace this one. And first thing we need to do, because as I said that we are going to do a little bit complex animation, so there are chances that your file gonna get crashed because so many heavy stuff can occur. So let's go to the edit and we are gonna choose preferences and we will go and choose auto save. Okay, like that. It will take a little bit time, and go to the save every 1 minute. Okay, and maximum project version for I'm going to choose 5, and next to your project, and make sure these two options are enabled and hit OK. Okay, now what we are need to do over here is that I want to create one gradient background. Okay, so my concept is to create one cube, and that cube should also contain stroke. So whenever we want to create a cube, usually we use a 3D object, but this time I'm not going to do that. I will create a separate cube with each and every sides. So first thing first, we need to create sides for that cube. Okay, so I'm going to hit Control N to create another composition, and width of this I'm going to choose somewhere around 1000, and height also 1000. Okay, and composition name, let's call it as side 01, because obviously this is going to be side 01, and hit OK. Then I'm going to press Control Y to create one solid background and hit OK. Now over here, generally when we apply gradient, we use gradient ramp, but this time what we are going to do, there is another interesting effects in After Effects known as 4-color gradient. Okay, if you simply type 4 over here, you will get that 4-color gradient. So simply click on it. Then from name itself, as you guys can see, we are getting this 4 gradients, and we have 4 colors over here, and along with that there are some coordinates of that 4 colors. So now what we need to do is that we need to animate those colors. So for that I'm going to select this, and we will create one keyframe on point 1, then point 2, then point 3, and then point 4. Then we will select this and we will hit U, then zoom in a little bit. Let's go to around 1 second, and now I'm going to select this, and let's click on this 4-color gradient, and I'm going to select this point over here, and let's move this over here, then move this over here, and then move this over here, and then move this over here. So now if you check it out, this animation, we will get something like that. Okay, then we will go to 4 second, then we will move this hand, or not handle but pointer, from this end to this end, then this end to this end, and then this end to this end. Then we will move this over here like that. Okay, then we will go to around 3 seconds, then we will move this from here to here, then from over here, then from over here, and then move this over here. Okay, then go to around 4 second, we will again move this handle over here, this over here, this over here, and this over here. Okay, so if you check it out, this now we are getting this kind of stuff. And at the end over here, we don't need to create extra keyframes by ourselves. We can simply copy those 4 keyframes which we have created at the start. Simply hit Ctrl C and hit Ctrl V. So if you check it out, this animation now, we are gonna get something like that. Okay, now I'm gonna simply alt click on this stopwatch, and I'm going to apply loop out expression over there like that, and hit enter, and we will copy that expression by hitting Ctrl C. We will alt click on this stopwatch and we will hit Ctrl V. Again alt click on this stopwatch. Sorry, I have deleted those keyframes by mistake. Alt click on this stopwatch and hit Ctrl V. Again alt click on this stopwatch and hit Ctrl V. So now if you check it out, this animation, okay, so now if you check it out, this animation, we are gonna get this kind of animation in the form of loop. Okay, but these colors are very basic, we don't need these colors. So for the colors, what I'm gonna do, there is one website known as Color Hunt. Over here you will get a lot of collections of very awesome colors. So I want to choose neon colors for this animation. Over here you can choose whatever color combination you want. Okay, let's try to get something which is mix of blue or something. Let's try to take this one. Okay, for example, and over here, as you guys can see in this color, you will get that color palette. So I'm going to copy this color code. I'll go to the first one over here. This is not the first one, I guess. Yeah, this is the first one. Simply hit Control V to paste that color. Then again go over here, select the second color, go to your second, this green, and simply hit Control V to that color code. Then select this color, go over here, hit Control V to paste that color code. Go to the last, select this and paste that color code. So now if you check it out, this animation, you're gonna get something like that. Okay, so as you guys can see how simple it is to create this kind of animation. Okay, let me drink some water, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section. So if you don't understand what I did till now, you can ask me that as well. I'll try to do that procedure again. Okay, so we are good. And don't forget to save this file. And again, if you like this stream now, if you are like this, so don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell icon as well as join the membership. Okay, so now our site 01 is ready, and now we will go to the main composition, and I'm going to hit Control 0, and I'm going to bring my site 01 over here. Okay, and I'm going to press S for scaling option, and I'm going to scale the size over here. If you enable this icon, that would be awesome. Okay, now I'm going to select this, and because we need to create cube and cube has their sides, so I'm going to hit Control D to duplicate. I'll press V for selection tool, and I'm going to enable this option known as snapping. So simply click on it, and let's try to snap it over here. Then again hit Control D and bring this on this side. Again hit Control D and bring this on this side. Select this, hit Control D, bring this over here. Again hit Control D and bring this over here. Okay, so now our cube has 4 sides, and now we need to adjust the anchor points. So for that, I'm going to select my pen behind tool. I'm going to select this one, and let's bring this anchor point at the bottom. Then select this one, bring this anchor point over here. Select this one, bring this anchor point over here. Select this one and bring this anchor point over here. Then I'm going to select this one, and let's try to bring this anchor point at this portion. Okay, like that. Then I'm going to select all of them, and I'm going to convert these layers into 3D. Okay, just like that. Then press V, and I'm going to select this portion, and I'm going to press R for rotation, and we need to rotate it on this axis over here. But as you guys can see, it's not rotating because this option is enabled. So let's select all of them and disable these options. Then as you guys can see, we can easily rotate it like that. Now I'm going to rotate it on minus 90 degree like that. Then I'll select this one. I'll press R for rotation. I'll rotate it on y-axis to plus 90 degree, and because now this is plus, this should be minus 90. So before that, what we need to do is that we need to select this one, and it should be parent with this one. So when this is going to rotate, this one also rotate. So now what I'm going to do, instead of active camera, I'm going to choose custom view 1. So we are going to get this kind of view option over here, and I'm going to select the side 0, and I'll make it a parent with the second one. Then select this side 01, press R for rotation, and let's rotate it on y-axis. So let's make this minus 90. Then select this side 01, press R, and let's make this minus 90 again. Then select this one, press R for rotation, and let's rotate it on plus 90 degree like that, and hit U. And if you see this in full resolution, and if you zoom out, you can get this kind of cube over here like that. And let's make this fit. Now you can go inside this side 01, and over here you can select your rectangle, and you can remove this fill. We don't need that fill, and I'm going to choose white color for the stroke, and simply double click to create one stroke, and let's increase the stroke width to somewhere around 10 pixels. And now if you see in main animation, you can get those strokes over here. If you go over here, you can select this, and you can increase the stroke width as well like that. So you're gonna get something like this. Okay, over here. Similarly, you can select the stroke. You can hit Ctrl D, press S, and let's scale this size. And stroke width, I'm going to choose 5 pixels like that. So we will get this kind of cubical structure over here. Now let's make this fit, and let's choose our active camera again. And I'm going to save this file. Okay, now I'm going to select all of these layers, and now I'm going to press Ctrl Shift C to pre-compose, and I'm going to name this as box and hit OK. Then click on this icon and then click on this 3D icon. Then we can get this 3D. Now again I'm going to go in my top view, and now the anchor point is at this point. I don't want that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select my pen behind tool, and I'll try to bring this anchor point at this point by holding shift. Okay, or without shift also you can bring this, and try to bring this properly at the center like that. Okay, like this. Okay, it's okay if it's not completely accurate. You can try to adjust it the way you need. Okay, so from top view it's fine. Let's go to the front view, and let's try to bring this anchor point at the bottom like that. Select your pen behind tool. But as you guys can see, our snapping option is enabled, so let's disable that option and try to bring this over here. I don't know why it's not working, so let's try to bring this properly over here. Okay, this looks good to me. Similarly, go to the top view and try to adjust this over here. Okay, now let's disable this, and now if you move this, we will get something like that. Now let's try to bring this properly at the center. So now if you go to the active camera, and if you select this and if you press R, you can easily rotate it like that. Now I'm going to select this side 01, and I'll hit Ctrl D to duplicate it. I'll hit enter, and I'm going to call it as BG. Then double click to open this BG, and I'm going to remove all the two lines over here, which are this one, and delete those. So we have this one only. Then go to the main animation, and we are going to bring our BG composition over here. And now I'm going to simply press S, and I'll increase the size of this like that. Okay, over here. Okay, also guys, don't forget to like to this live stream. We will, I don't want to aim anything, but it would be lovely if you like this live stream. So click on that like button, guys. Okay, so now after this, we have created this BG, but the thing is that this BG and the slide look same to me. So let's go inside this BG, and we'll try to tweak this BG a little bit. So how we can do that? I can simply select this white background, and in the effect and presets panel, there is one effect called twill effect. Okay, which is comes under the distort. From distort itself, you can understand it will distort the shape. So let's go inside this twill. Okay, and we can increase this angle of 12 like that. As you guys can see, we'll get something like that. And now if you increase the 12 radius, you will get something like that. And in main animation, you will get that 12 effect as well. So we are gonna get something like that. Now I'm gonna go inside this BG. I'll go to this color hunt website again, and this time I'm going to choose a different type of colors. Okay, like that. So now let's go back a little bit. We have chose something different. Let's try this one. It contains more blue, so let's select this one. Go over here. Let's change the color of this one. I'm just changing the colors. You're free to choose whatever color combinations you want. I'm going to choose this random colors. Okay, so we will get some difference over here. So let's save this file. Now inside this box over here, we have already created this. Select all of them and let's disable if there is any parenting. Then I'm going to right click new and create one null object and convert this null object into 3D. Now let's go to the top view and let's try to bring this null object at the center. Then go to the front view. Then our null object is already at the center. Select all the side layers and hit Ctrl D to duplicate and try to bring them at the top and change the color layers to yellow. So it would be easy for us that these are the different layers. Then I'm going to make it a parent with this null object. Then hit Ctrl 0 again and select this side 01 and hit Ctrl D. Select this side 01 and by holding Alt, I'm going to replace those layers like that. Then go inside this side 01. We will hide all the other layers. This one. Only we will keep this stroke layer. Okay. Then go to the box over here. Select this null object and press Ctrl K for now to open the project settings, and just for this portion I'm going to choose black color and hit OK. Then select this null object, press S and let's try to increase the scale. Okay, like that. So if you see now over here, if you rotate this box, if I press R and if I try to rotate this box, as you guys can see, we are gonna get this kind of shape over here. Now let's go to the box and go to the side. We will select this layer and stroke width. I'm going to choose 10 pixels only. We don't want much more stroke width. Okay, this looks good to me. Let's make this 50. Yeah, 15 looks good. Okay, like that. Now this portion is ready. Now we need to create our animation. So let's save this file first, like that. Okay, now if you want, you can go inside this box as well. You, in those who are in this color, you can select those alternate sides and you can replace them with this BG as well. Okay, so if you see over here, you will get different results, but I don't want that. I'm going to stick with this one. Okay, so I hope you are liking this live stream. If you liked it, hit on that like button and also hit on that subscribe button. And don't forget to join my Motion Pro membership as well. It will be a support for my channel. Okay, so let's back. So now our portion is ready and now we need to create animation out of it. But if you see over here, this is more like a perspective. I don't want perspective. I want parametric view. Parametric view is or what you can say, I don't know if it's obviously parametric or there is some different terms, but the thing is with that kind of view you cannot decide the depth of any object. Okay, so for that what we can do, I am going to right click new and create one camera over here, because our object is in 3D, so we can add camera. And generally what we do is we choose 39 angle view and we will get this kind of stuff. But now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to double click on it and angle of view I'm going to choose 10 only. So now as you guys can see, it's very focusing on that. So let's go to the camera options over here and I'm going to choose this known as dolly towards cursor 2. Okay, so simply click on it and let's zoom out this camera. Okay, now after this you can see we are getting this parallel view or parametric view like that. Okay, so we want something like that. Now I can select this and I can press R and I can rotate it the way I want. Okay, so now let's make this 45 or something like this. Okay, and I can rotate it like that the way I want. Now we need to animate that, but before that, what I want is that this one should also rotate from this point. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click new and create one null object, and I'm going to convert this null object into 3D, and I'm going to bring this downward at this point over here. Now this is from the active camera. Let's go to the front view and try to bring this properly at the down. Also go to the left view, and we have to make sure that it's properly touching this portion. So let's press Ctrl key for now, and let's choose black color, so it would be easy for us to check it out. So select this null object and try to bring this over here like that. Okay, then let's make this active camera. Now I'm going to select this box, and I'm going to make it a parent with this null object, and hit enter, and let's call it as box controller and hit enter like that. Now let's select this box controller, press R for rotation, and as you guys can see, now I can rotate it from this portion. So initially we are not going to rotate it from this view. Okay, first what I want, that this box should pop up in front of me. So for that we need to select this box. We will press P for position, and initially it should go a little bit downward over here. Let's create one keyframe, then go somewhere around, let's say 1 second or 20 seconds, and let's move this over here, then go somewhere around over here like that, and let's try to bring this over here. We have to make sure it should be properly over here. Okay, so we will get something like that. Now after that, select those keyframe and let's hit F9. Then we'll go few frame forward like this, and again we will create one keyframe, and in middle of that it should go a little bit upward like this. Okay, so if you see this, now we will get something like that. Now we will select this and we'll go to the graph editor. We will right click and make sure that we are going to choose edit speed graph, then select this graph, and by holding shift move this handle over here, and move this handle over here, move this handle over here, zoom in. Let's select this and move this handle over here. Similarly select this, move this handle over here, this over here, this should be over here, and all of this should be over here. Let's select this and move this over here as well. Okay, so if you check it out, this we will get something like that. But there is some problem over here. So to fix that, select those keyframe, right click, go to the keyframe interpolation, current setting, choose linear and hit OK. Okay, so now we will get proper like that. Now along with that, I'll press S to create one keyframe, hit U, go over here to create another keyframe, and at the start the scale should be somewhere around 10 maybe like that. Okay, or even maybe 0. Then I'm going to press R for rotation to create one keyframe, hit U, go over here to create another keyframe, go to the start, and let's make this 1 to each and every frame like that. So we will get something like that. But it looks weird that on each frame there is a keyframe on the rotation. So let's remove this Z rotation keyframes. I'm going to remove it. Okay, so we will get something like that. And let's try to remove this on X position as well. So let's remove X position keyframe as well. So if you rotate this on Y axis like that only. Okay, so I don't want any keyframe on X-axis, only keyframe I want is on Y-axis. So let's remove this X-axis keyframe as well. Now select those Y position keyframes and we will hit F9. Then we'll go to the graph editor. But first let's check it out. This looks something like that. Okay, and if you rotate it on this axis, I think rotation on X-axis is also required. So let's create one keyframe at X, and over here let's create one keyframe on X, should be 1 like that, and select those X rotation keyframes and we will hit F9. Okay, now initially what I want is that it should be in a negative value. So let's type in a negative value. Hello. Okay, like that. I hope you can hear me now. Okay, so now let's see, we'll get something like that. Now let's select those scaling keyframes and we will hit F9. Go to the graph editor, select this graph by holding shift, move this handle a little bit over here, like that. Okay, but if you see over here, the rotation looks quite weird. So let's do one thing. We will remove all of this rotation keyframes over here because those rotation looks weird to me. So let's remove this rotation keyframes. We will move something like that. Okay, let's create go somewhere around over here and let's see. Okay, on this one looks good to me. So let's go and create one keyframe. Let's make this -180 at z-axis. Create one keyframe at this point. Let's make this 0. So if you check it out, this you will get something like that. Okay, then create one keyframe over here, then one keyframe over here on y-axis. It is -45. Then at this point, let's make this 0, like that. Then select those keyframe and let's hit F9. Go to the graph editor, select this graph by holding shift, move this handle over here and move this handle over here. So if you check it out, this will get something like that. Then select this position keyframes and by holding Alt, I'm going to increase the distance between this not alphabet but keyframe, like that. Okay, over here. And I think the initial scale should be 10 or something because I don't want it's like completely gone subject, or it should come from over here, like that. Okay, when this portion is touching this portion, now there should some wave come out of this bottom. So now we will try to do it. Okay, so for that what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to choose this what we call side slide 2. Okay, so let's save this and press Ctrl N to create another composition, and we are going to call it as wave and hit OK. Then we will bring this slide 02 over here, or yeah, slide 2. Which one is this one? Let's go inside this and okay, so let's do one thing. We will select this the slide 1 only and hit Ctrl D on the slide and create slide 03. Go inside this and we are going to remove all of these strokes over here. Go to the wave option and bring this slide 03. Right click, transform, choose fit to comp. Now after this, what I want is that I'm going to select this ellipse, go to the fill options and choose white color, and then let's remove the stroke. Okay, like that. And by holding shift, we are going to create one ellipse. Then select this ellipse and press Ctrl Alt Home to align that anchor point to the center. Go to the Align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically. Press S and let's make this value 0. Then I'm going to select the slide 02, not 02 but 03. Press F4 and choose Alpha Mask. We'll create one keyframe at the start. Then I'm going to go somewhere around 2 seconds, and I'm going to make this value somewhere around like this, and I'm going to go over here like that. Then select those keyframes and let's hit F9 to easily use those keyframes. Go to the graph editor, select this graph by holding shift, move this handle over here. Then select this and move this handle over here like that. Okay, then somewhere around at this point, I'm going to select this slide 03, press T, create one keyframe, go over here and let's make this value 0. So we will get that effect like that. You can move this over here as well. Then go to the main and let's bring this wave animation over here and bring this after this BG. Then it should happen when this portion is going to touch this one. So select this wave, press S, unlink this and let's decrease the scale like that, and press V and let's try to bring this properly over here like that. Then go inside this wave, select this slide 03, press S and let's try to bring this up to this. Also reduce the size from this and move this over here. Okay, like that. So we can easily get this. And let's make this value 20 and let's increase the value from this portion as well. And I'm going to bring this and move this portion over here like that. So you will get something like that. So if you check it out this, we are gonna get something like this. Okay, now I'm going to hit Control D to duplicate it and I'm going to bring this over here. Again hit Control D and let's bring this over here. Again hit Control D and let's try to bring this over here like that. So if you check it out this, you'll get something like that over here. So first we'll get this and then we'll get this. Okay, and then all of them are gonna gone. Okay, then I'm going to select this wave. I'll hit Control D to duplicate, select this 8th layer and bring this a little bit backward. Go to the effect and presets panel and search for fill effect and double click to apply. Not this eyedropper fill, but this fill. Okay, and change the color of this one to white. Okay, like that. So initially this droplet is going to be something like that. So first we will get this. Now, as you guys know that this box is paired with this box controller, then when this portion is going to come over here, I'm going to press R for rotation and I'll create one keyframe on X, Y and Z. Go few frame forward. Let's make this value 10, 10 and 10 over here like that. Then go few frame forward. Let's make this -10, again -10, again -10. Then go few frame forward, select this keyframes and hit Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So we will get this kind of stuff. Now let's try to select those keyframes and try to bring them somewhere up to this. And let's hit F9 and I'm going to select this much portion and by holding Alt I'm going to move this over here. Then I'm going to select this much area, try to bring this over here, select this and try to bring this over here. Okay, then select this much portion and let's try to adjust it somewhere around at this point. So if you check it out this, we are gonna get something like that. Okay, but at this point it looks like it's going very fast, so let's select those keyframe and try to bring this over here. So if you check it out this, we will get something like that. Okay, over here. Then somewhere around at this point I'm going to make this value 0, 0 and 0 like that, and try to adjust them as well like this. Okay, so let's save this file. Okay, we are getting something like this. Now after this, what I want is that in this BG over here, let's select this and press S and increase the scale. I'm going to select my pen tool Then from here to here by holding shift, I'll create one stroke, and let's make this fit. Select this and press Ctrl Alt Home to align that anchor point to the center. Go to the Align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically, and stroke color choose white, stroke width choose 0.5, and let's remove this fill, we don't need that. And select the stroke and go to the Align tab, and we are going to choose Align Left. Then go to the shape layer, go to the add and choose repeater. Then go to the repeater part 1, go to the transform repeater, and let's decrease the positions up to this and increase the number of copies like that. So we will get this kind of lines over here. Let's make this up to 80 and let's increase the copies. Then I'm going to select the shape layer and I'll hit Ctrl D again. I'll press R for rotation and I'm going to rotate it on minus 90 degree, not minus but plus 90 degree. Go to the Align tab, align it horizontally, and then we are going to choose Align Top. Okay, so if you see over here, we are gonna get this kind of a little bit background over here. And don't forget to enable this icon so you'll get that sharp background. Okay, like that. So if you see this in full resolution, we are gonna get something like that. Then if you think this is too much visibility by these lines, you can go inside this, select those shape layers, and you can choose stroke width to 0.1 as well. Okay, it's up to you. Then it will reduce the visibility of that objects. Okay, so if you check it out, this we will get something like that. Then after this, I want this box should go upward and should come downward again like that. So hit U, create one keyframe at position, go few frame forward. Let's move this upward like that. Go few frame forward and select this first keyframe, hit Ctrl C, Ctrl V again like that. I'm going to select those keyframes and let's hit F9. Then go to the graph editor, zoom in, select this graph by holding shift, move this handle over here and this over here, this over here, select this and move this over here. So we will get something like that. And after this, it should be gone out of this portion. So let's bring this over to the top. Then go to the graph, select this and let's move this over here and move, select this and move this over here, and let's move this over here. Okay, like that. Then select this box controller, hit U. I'm going to select this keyframes and by holding Alt I'm going to increase the duration of it. Okay, like that. Okay, over here. So if you check it out, this animation, we are gonna get something like that. And then when this portion is coming out at this point over here, hit Control 0 and I'm going to bring this slide 03 and let's try to bring this over here. Press S and let's increase the scale of this. Then let's move this over here and hide this. Now let's bring this slide 03 at the top and let's save this file. I'm going to select my shape layer and let's remove the stroke and let's choose white color. And then by holding shift, I'm going to create one ellipse. Select this and press Ctrl Alt Home. With the help of open square bracket, move this over here, press S and let's move this over here, press V and let's try to bring this at the portion, and initially it should be 0. Then press F4 and we are going to choose alpha mask and enable this slide 03. Select this shape layer, create one keyframe at start, go few frame forward and let's increase the size of this like that. Then select those keyframe and let's hit F9. Let's save this file. Go to the graph editor, select this graph by holding shift, move this handle over here and move this handle over here like this. Okay, so if you check it out, this first we will get this animation and then we will get this. Okay, now in between these I need text animation behind this. So for that I'm going to select my text tool and I'm going to type motion. Okay, you are free to choose any font you want. I'm going to choose somewhere around like this. Let's increase the size of this motion. Select this and press Ctrl Alt O. Go to the Align tab, align it horizontally, align it vertically. Press S and let's increase the size. Press V and let's try to bring this over here. Hit Ctrl D. I'll try to bring this downwards and I'm going to type design. Select this, press S, try to adjust the scale like the first word, and let's try to bring this over here. Okay, select both the text and press Ctrl Shift C and hit OK. Go inside this, select this text and let's try to adjust the scale. Okay, and now we will try to animate this text. So let's select this motion text first, go to this start, and I'm going to go and choose animate, and we are going to choose position and try to bring this position downwards like that. Go to the rend selector, create one keyframe at the start, go to around 1.20 frames and let's increase the scale, not scale but start value. Then go to the add menu, property, and choose tracking, and we are going to go at the start and let's enable this tracking. And we have to make sure that whenever you are going to type this text, make sure to go to the paragraph and choose the center text. If you choose this left align, then your text will get animate like this, but if you choose center text, your text is gonna get animate like this. Okay, then select those keyframes and we are going to hit F9. Go to the graph editor, select this graph, hold shift, move this handle over here and move this handle over here. So if you check it out this, we will get something like that. Now what we need to do, I'm going to select this animator one and I'll hit Ctrl C, go to the design and hit Ctrl V like that. But in design, what I'm going to do, instead of moving this text downwards, I'll go to the text animation and position. I'm going to bring this upward. So now this text is going to come from here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and select my shape layer and I'll choose one red color for just for the background, and let's create one mask like layer over here. Then select this, hit enter, and let's call it as mask. Then go to the motion and select this alpha mask. Select this mask, hit Ctrl D, bring this at the top, and for this design choose alpha inverted mask. So if you check it out this now, we will get different animation. Then go to the 10 frames, select this design and move this over here. Okay, so you will get something like that. Okay, so you will get this two different text animations, and press F4 and enable the motion blur for this animations. Okay, like that. Then and try to bring this after this box, or even after this, not after this waves. I think over here should be awesome like that. Okay, and now over here I'm gonna go and bring my this slide 3 over here and try to bring this over here, and I'm going to choose alpha mask to this text. Okay, like that. Okay, and select this slide 03 and press S for scaling option like that. Select this slide 03, go to the effect and presets panel and search for brightness and contrast and increase the brightness a little bit like that over here. Okay, also increase the contrast like that over here, so you will get some creative results. So if you check it out this, we are gonna get this kind of structure. You can select this and try to bring this after the waves as well. It's totally up to you. Okay, like this. Okay, so as you guys can see, our first portion of this animation is almost ready. Okay, now let's select this zero, I mean this text form, hit Control K, and let's call it as text 01 and hit OK, like that. So let's save this file. Okay, like that. I'm going to close all of these portions and like this. Now there is two ways that you can take this entire animation. You can press Ctrl K and you can choose frame rate 60. And now if you check it out, this animation, let's render out this animation. Just it will run this animation in 60 frames, not 60 frame, but 60 frames per second. And you can check it out that animation is very smooth. Okay, like that. Then there is another way. You can choose 30K only, not 30K but frame rate 30. Then you can right click new and create one adjustment layer, and just to give your animation some grainy and cartoonic look, what you can do, you can apply two layer effects. One is noise, because I don't know, but there is some fashion that you can add noise in your animation and it looks quite cool. So you can choose 25% of noise, then your animation will look something like that. If you see, there is some grainy textures to your animation, and textures always looks good. And then just to give your animation a little bit 2D look, you can apply another effect called posterize time effect, and double click to apply and choose your frame rate. Like I'm going to choose for example 20. And now if you check out this animation, your animation will be looking like a 2D animation over here. Okay, if you check it out this, you will get lack of frame rate. Like if you choose like totally cartoon, like 14 frame per second, you will get exact cartoonic look over there. Like you can observe there is a drop of frame per seconds, like that, and you will get this kind of results. So like that, if I hit N, and as you guys can see, you will get this kind of drop of frame rate. Okay, like this. So if you're liking this live stream, then hit that like button and let me know in the comment section whether you're liking whatever I'm doing over here. Okay, and if you have any doubts, feel free to ask. Okay, like that. Okay, so can we go for further? Please let me know in the comment section. Okay, so we are up to this now. After this, if you see over here, the text is behind. So sometimes what happens, people cannot read this text. So to get rid of that, I'm going to select this text 01, right click, go to the reveal and reveal there in source project. I'm going to select this text 01 and I'll hit Control D to duplicate it. Double click to open this. Select this text as well as this text. Go to the effect and presets panel. Go to the character and let's remove this fill. And we are going to choose this white color over there. And stroke width, I'm going to choose 1. Then go to the main animation and bring this text 01 at the top of this box. Okay, this portion, this step, if you don't want, if you don't think it's necessary, you can do that, but just to for the little reference over here, I'm going to adding this. Then somewhere around at this point, I want it should get dissolved, so I'll press T for opacity to create one keyframe. I'll go few frame forward and I'm going to make this value 0, and by holding Alt I'll close this. Okay, so let's make this auto resolution, and I'm going to hide this adjustment layer just for now, because right now I only want to run this animation in my original format, which is this one. Okay, so let's check it out this once again in full resolution. We will get something like that. Okay, now let's go over to our next portion, which is starting from this point. So now let's select the shape layer, which is this mask, hit enter, and let's name it properly like mask. Okay, and this slide 03, from here our next scene is gonna get started. So let's select this mask, hit U, and I know that my keyframe is covering the entire portion at this point. So let's select all the layers after this slide 03 over here up to this BG, and we are going to alt close square bracket to trim up to this. Okay, like that, except this text 02. So alt close square bracket to trim up to this. Okay, like that. And now our scene 2 is going to get started. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit Control N to create another composition, and I'm going to call it as animation 02 and hit OK. Okay, so let's try to create our rough animation over here. So for that, what we need to do is I'm going to bring my slide 03 over here, and I'm gonna go, let's do one thing. Instead of bringing slide 03, let's delete this. Select this slide 03 and hit Control D to duplicate it. Double click to open this. Press Control K to open the project settings, and width I'm going to choose 1920, and height I'm going to choose 1080. Then we have this portion, right click, transform, and choose fit to comp. Then we are going to go in our animation 2 and we will bring our slide 04 over here. Then I'll go to the effect and presets panel, and I'm going to search for one effect called CC sphere effect and double click to apply to create this kind of sphere. Then I'm going to go in my shading options, and I'm going to increase this ambient value, and I'm going to decrease the diffuse and increase this ambient value and decrease the diffuse. So I'm going to get this kind of ball, and let's reduce the size over here. You can go to the rotation options and you can rotate it like that. Okay, it's totally up to you how you want to rotate. I can rotate it the way I want, like that. Okay, so let's rotate it on x-axis on 90 degree over here, then rotate it, we can rotate it on this axis like that. Okay, then let's rotate it on 90 degree on this one as well, and now we can rotate it on z-axis like this. Okay, so let's reduce the diffuse totally and decrease the ambient up to this, and let's increase the, not radius, but we will increase the light intensity a little bit like that. So now I can rotate it on z-axis like this. Okay, over here. Now let's make this value 0 at this portion. Okay, so our ball is ready. Now what I'm gonna do, I want to look like that this ball is falling from the top. So to create that kind of illusion, what I can do, I can select this, and I'm going to press P for position, and not P for position, but S for scaling option, and I'm going to increase the scale totally like that. Let's create one keyframe, go few frame forward, and let's make this value 100. Okay, then go few frame forward again create another keyframe like that. Then in middle of that, I'm going to make this value 130 like this. Then select those keyframe and we are going to hit F9. Okay, so if you check it out, this, it looks like it's moving like that. Now I want at this point it should rotate it on this Z axis. So let's go and create one keyframe on Z, hit U, go somewhere up to this, and let's make this one complete rotation. So if you check it out, this animation, you will get something like that. So one rotation is very less, so let's try to rotate it on two rotations maybe like that. Okay, up to somewhere around at this point. Okay, I think 2 is too much, so let's make this up to 1 only. Okay, so it creates kind of an illusion that it's moving like that. over here, and at this point I'm going to make this somewhere up to this. So let's make this 180. Okay, now let's select this rotation as well, and let's hit F9. Then go to the graph editor over here, select the scaling keyframe, go to the graph editor. Now initially it should fall a little bit slow, so select this by holding shift, move this handle over here and select this and move this handle over here. Then zoom in a little bit, select this portion, move this handle over here, this over here, this over here, and move this over here. So it will create an illusion like it's falling from the top. Okay. Okay guys, so I hope you are still following this live stream. Let me know in the comment section if you're still following. And don't forget to like to the stream as well as subscribe button, and also click on that join button to join the Motion Pro membership. It will be a support for this channel. Okay, like that. Now when that ball is close to camera, it should be a little bit blurrish. So for that, what I'm gonna do, I'm going to select this side 04, go to the effect and presets panel and search for one effect called Gaussian blur and double click to apply. Then initially Gaussian blur, I'm going to choose 100, create one keyframe, go somewhere around over here. Let's make this value 0. Okay, so we will get something like that. If we check it out this, we will get something like this. Now somewhere around at this point, when this ball is gonna touch the ground, I want there should be something that pop up should from behind. So for that, I'm going to select my rounded rectangle and I'm going to create one this kind of rounded rectangle over here. Okay, then select this rounded rectangle and press Ctrl Alt Home to align that anchor point to the center. Go to the Align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically. Go to the rectangle path, and let's increase the roundness rectangle. Also, let's uncheck this size and let's try to cover the entire ball over here. Okay, then go behind this. With the help of open square bracket, I'm going to move this over here and go over here, click one keyframe on size, and let's reduce the size from this portion over here. Then go somewhere around 2 seconds and increase the size from up to this to this. Select those keyframes and we are going to hit F9. Go to the graph editor, select this graph by holding shift, move this handle over here, select this and move this handle over here. Okay, so let's save this file. So if you check it out this, you will get something like that. I think the blurriness is too much, so let's make this 50. Okay, like that. Let's select this and change the fill to white like that over here. Okay, like that. Now you can select this slide 04 and hit Ctrl D, hit U, and let's delete all the keyframes. Also remove all the what we call effects. Bring this at the bottom and press F4 and choose alpha mask like that. And select this slide 04. Go to the effect and presets panel and search for brightness, and not like that, search for brightness and contrast. Click on that brightness and contrast and increase the brightness. Okay, like that. So if you check it out this, you will get something like that. Okay, now what I'm gonna do after this, hit U, check it out, where is the last keyframe, which is at this point. I'm going to select all of this and I'll hit Ctrl D and let's try to bring this over here. Then hit U and we are going to remove all of these keyframes. We don't need that. Hit U, select all of those, press P for position to create one keyframe. Go somewhere around 3 seconds and let's try to bring this over here like that. So if you check it out this, you'll get something like that. Okay, over here. Then again I'm going to select this. I'll hit Ctrl D to duplicate it, bring this at the bottom, and let's try to move this from here to here like that. Okay, over here, hit U, and we are going to select all of these keyframes, and we are going to hit F9. Then go to the graph editor, select this graph by holding shift, move this handle over here and move this handle over here. Okay, like that. So first we'll get this and like this. Then at this point we will hold Alt open square bracket to trim up to this. So we'll get this properly. Okay, like that. Okay, like that. Hit U now. We are going to select all of these layers again, and we will hit Ctrl D and we will try to bring them downward. We will hit U again, and at this point press V, select those keyframes and let's delete it. Hold Alt open square bracket to trim up to this. Now select all these three, create one keyframe on position, go to around 4 seconds. Let's try to move them from here to here like that. Then go to the start, select all of them, create one keyframe at position, go over here. Let's try to move them from here to here like this. Then select those keyframe, hit F9, go to the graph editor, select this graph by holding shift, move one handle over here and move one handle over here like that. Okay, so if you check it out, this you will get this and then you will get this. Now after that, what we can do, let's hit U. Now we need to select all of this, those who contains ball, we need to animate those. So I know that slide 04 is all related to these balls. So let's select those side 0404 on each of them like that. If you hide them, as you guys can see, these are the balls. So let's change the color of them to yellow. Okay, so it would be easy for us to understand. And then press F4 over here, and let's see when this is ending at this point, around 4 seconds, or let's go somewhere around over here. Hit U so we can check it out where is the last keyframe at this point. So let's take a gap of 5 frames after that over here, and let's lock these layers and hit U. Then select all of the other layers by hitting Ctrl A. I'm going to enable this shy icon. Then I'm going to enable hide all the layers which are shy, and I disable this slide 4. So now I can easily animate those. Okay, so let's select this and press P for position. Let's create keyframe on each and every position like that. Go few frame forward, select those, try to bring them upward up to this. Then go few frame or somewhere around over here, try to bring this downwards. Go few frames somewhere up to this, try to bring this up to this, and then go somewhere around over here. Simply Control C, Control V, first keyframe. Okay, then select all of those keyframes, hit Control S and hit F9. Go to the graph editor, select this graph by holding shift, move one handle over here and move one handle over here. So if you check it out, this animation now, you will get something like that. Now obviously along with this there should be rotation animation as well, but this time I don't want any rotation animation. I'm going to choose this one, and I'll press R for rotation to create one keyframe, not on this spherical rotation but layer rotation. So hit U, go over here and I can rotate it on 180 degree. Then go somewhere around at this point. Let's make this minus 180 degree. Again go over here, make this plus 180 degree, and at this point let's make this 0. Now press R for rotation, select those keyframe, hit F9, go to the graph, select this graph, shift hold, move this handle over here and move this handle over here. So now if you check it out, this animation, you will get something like that. Okay, Now hit U. Now all you need to do is that there should be some alternation in these animations. So hit U again. Now I'm going to hit page down button 2 to 3 times, and I'm going to select this much area, hit Ctrl X, Ctrl V. Again hit page down button 2 to 3 times, select this much area, hit Ctrl X, Ctrl V. Again page down button 2 to 3 times, select this much area, hit Ctrl X, Ctrl V. Again page down button 2 to 3 times, select this, hit Ctrl X, Ctrl V. Okay, so if you check it out, this we will get this alternator in animations. Okay, like that, and hit U. And now let's enable all hide layers like that. So if you check it out, this we are gonna get something like that. Okay, over here. Now let's go to the main animation, and now this animation is starting at this point. So I'm going to hit Control 0, and let's bring this animation, and let's try to bring this over here. Not main animation but animation 2, and bring this over here, and with the help of open square bracket bring this over here like that. And now let's bring this animation over here and choose alpha mask instead of this side 03 like that. Select this slide 03, and let's choose no track. I'm going to hit Ctrl X to cut it out. I'll go to the animation 02, and I'll hit Ctrl V over here and try to bring this at this portion and bring this totally downwards. Okay, like that. So it would be go over here like this. Okay, portion over here. Now after this, right click new and create one null object. Select, bring this null object at the top. Select all of these layers except this side 03. Make it a parent with this null. Then select this null 3, and when this portion is gonna start to move this portion somewhere around at this point, select this, hit U, and let's see where it's happening at this point. I'm going to select this null, press R for rotation to create one keyframe, go to the last, and let's make this keyframe one complete rotation. So if you check it out, this we can create this kind of stuff. Now let's select those keyframes and we will hit F9. Okay, go to the graph editor, select this graph, by holding shift move this handle over here, and then we will move this handle over here like that. Okay, so if you check it out, this along with this we'll get this kind of animation over here. Okay, like that. So this animation is ending up to this, and I'll hit M over here. And now you can enable this adjustment layer that we have created. And now if you check it out, this entire animation from the start, it will take a little bit time to load. Okay, like that. Okay, so that's it for our today's live stream. Okay, and thank you for watching this live stream. Guys, please let me know in the comment section whether you like this live stream or not. It would be a little bit motivation for me. And in the next live stream, obviously we are going to continue this animation over here. We can also try to, you know, add some more tips and tricks to this animation, and we will try to make it a little bit more better. But for today's live stream, this is it. And if you like this live stream, share with your friends and let me know in the comment section whether you like it or not. Okay, and if you have any doubts, you can obviously all time ask me in the comment sections. I'll try to answer all of them. So yep, thank you for watching this live stream, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to AG Motion Designs, and also join my YouTube membership Motion Pro, which is just for 59 rupees, and it will be a lot of support for my channel. And thank you for so much for watching this. We will come up with the another live stream maybe tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow. So hit on that bell icon so it would be easy for you to understand whenever I'm going to do live stream. So yep, thank you for watching this live stream. Peace out.